Hey guys, what's fear's ugly cousin? That's right, you guessed it. It's anxiety. It's anxiety. Anxiety! Why does it even exist? Why does it even exist? It's like you breathe it in. It's in the air. Okay, it's in the air. And guess what? You're not alone. We all have anxiety to an extent. Those who you see around you who don't show it, they have it. Okay? Everybody has it. It's like we're born with it, man. It sucks. Okay? So what are we supposed to do? What are we supposed to do? Well, we might not be able to get rid of it forever or completely. But what we can do is dance with this, okay? We can dance with anxiety, and we can understand that, we need to be proactive, and we need to stay doing certain things so that we don't get caught up in this big, messy, anxious ball of, analysis paralysis, where we never do anything in our lives because we're freaked out all the time of the illusion of what could happen to us. And that's exactly what it is, guys. It's an illusion. And so what I encourage all of you to do is to get out there, okay? Get out there. Go into a crowd, get into crowds, get into places where you can at least engage with a couple of people a day. And because what this is going to do is help you from, disengaging, okay? It's going to help you from closing yourself off and staying in and staying alone because it's safer. You don't want to be safe, okay? By the way, there's nothing out there that's going to hurt you. It's just that fear that we get in our heads. And if you're an introvert like myself, it can definitely be harder sometimes to do that, to even just get out there and go to the grocery store that day, or to go down to the hardware store, because you know that you have to engage with somebody. Let alone those moments in your life where that you're going for a goal and you have to go and you have to go and run a 10K, or you got to go out and engage and speak in front of a class, or you got to go and do something that where the eyes are on you, where the attention is on you. And I just think naturally for people who are introverts and that have a personality that can tend to be more independent, more kind of like with themselves, it feels unnatural. And so what that can cause, though, by the way, guys, it can be really bad for your health, okay? It can be really bad for your health, because not only can you create phobias, and you can create obsessive compulsive disorder, but it can turn into depression, where where that's almost like really keeping you back. Then it's in your head then at that point, where you don't want to do any of this stuff that I'm talking about, and you really just cannot bring yourself to step outside. And the point is we don't want to get to that point. And so here's what you can do. Here's one thing to focus on as you go along and as you pursue things in your life every single day. I want you to identify with yourself what your strengths are, okay? And get a piece of paper and a pen out and write these things down. If you don't clearly know what that is, I want you to self-reflect on this. I want you to just self-reflect simply on what you think your strengths and your weaknesses are. And what that's going to do is that's going to show you what you're stronger at doing. Okay, what you're stronger at doing. Is maybe the job that you're working at right now, does it line up with your strengths? Is the goal that you're working on, does it line up with your strengths? And so it's not going to happen like that all the time. And that's why you hear people say to you, well, in order to grow, you have to become uncomfortable. But that's not 100% true all the time either. Okay, so what I suggest you do is this. Is to identify a strength with yourself. Okay, I'll give you an example. For me, I believe that I'm a pretty good communicator. Okay, and one of the goals that I have is to maybe be a public speaker or to speak to a crowd. Now, am I good at speaking to a crowd if I were to go and do it today? Not at all. Not at all. It freaks me out, okay? So you can be a good communicator, but that doesn't mean that you're just naturally going to be comfortable speaking to a crowd. But that goal of mine is still in line with my strength. You see, because I'm a good communicator, I believe that if I put the practice and the preparation in, that I have the potential at being a good public speaker, because it's just one of my natural personality strengths, so to speak. And so find something within you that's a strength, and hopefully it's in track with maybe what some of your goals are or your interests are in life, and I'm sure that somehow it'll tie in. And focus on those areas, okay? Because that's how you'll excel. That's how you'll keep busy and keep your mind off those nerves, because those nerves are going to be there no matter what, because that's an indicator that, okay, you're a little uncomfortable, you're a little unsure of what you're doing, but you don't want to let it get to the point where it's boiling over and it's basically paralyzing you and making you think that all these bad things are going to happen if you go and try to do something. That's all crap. It's all false stuff, guys. And so, like you, myself, I am going through this tuggle every day with, okay, look, I have something I want to go and achieve. I have something I'm going after. I'm not going to sit here and wonder what it's going to be like to experience that when I can go and just do this thing, okay, and accept what the terms of that means. So if I got to get sweaty armpits, if I've got to freaking get flushed in the face, if I got to trip over something and almost take a spill, I'm willing to do it, guys. And you got to be willing to do it, okay? And you're only going to be willing to do it if it's something that you want to experience that joy bad enough. If it's something that you want to grab onto and feel what it can bring you bad enough. You guys got to want this thing. You got to strongly want this thing. And so we all want things in our life, right? So you have things that you want. I know it, okay? And I know that you don't just want to be sitting in the house all day because you're anxious about doing something. And so focus on your strength, guys. Realize that you have to dance with this anxiety. You got to dance with these nerves, dance with this feeling every day. We all do, okay? And it's just about how you view it, okay? So anxiety and fear as a whole, it just means that things are changing, right? Because we're always changing. We're changing. Our environment is changing. We're growing. It's actually a good indicator, okay? You're nervous of the uncertain. That's just a human response to it. But dance with this thing, guys, and accept the terms of it. But don't accept the fact that it's going to keep you down, and don't ever accept the fact that you're a result of this, and that whatever's going to happen is going to happen to you because of this thing. Never in a million years, guys. You are in control all the time, okay? So I want for you to go out and experience this joy, okay? All this joy I speak of that's on the other side of these uncomfortable moments, and the gratefulness that you're going to have, and all that's going to grow inside you, and eventually it's going to outweigh that anxiety that tends to keep you back, that's maybe keeping you back now. And so I want you to lead your life with intent. I want you to lead into your job, lead into your goals, and lean into everything that you're doing, and try to focus more on what you're going to get and what you're after, rather than, oh my God, what's going to happen to me if I try something. All right, so I hope this helped you guys. It's a big one for me that I work on every day, so I hope this helped you. Subscribe to the channel if this helped you, and I will see you guys in the next one.